It's always the one. Hello. You don't even have no necklace on? Oh, there it is. Yes. Hello. How are you? You know what I was thinking? I wasn't. Stop. Hey, Loyalty. I keep biting my nails. I need to. That's why I keep my nails painted. Because if I don't keep my nails painted, I bite them. And I bit 3 of them already. You confirmed what? What did you confirm, Loyalty? I have this as my snack. I want something else though. I'm thinking I'm gonna give me some Cheetos. Let me go give me a snack. Tell me what you confirmed. In the meantime, let me go give me a snack. Hold on. No, I have not been to the store. So I have not been able to get any more cashews. I'm all the way out. I confirmed Gemini is toxic. Oh, Loyalty, I'm Gemini, so I guess you can't stay on here then because I'm toxic. Based on what you said, I'm toxic. Here's the interesting thing about life is that the things that you think are so bad usually end up being the opposite. Yeah. Usually the opposite. He said don't bite. I don't know what that means. You mean bite? You don't have to. Your thoughts are your thoughts. Your thoughts are your thoughts. Hello, Joshua. He said bye. Daniel said bye, Loyalty. Listen. Hey, Robert. Hold on. I was looking at something today, knowing I cannot have it because it's got too much sugar in it. I just wanted to read the amount of sugar it had in it. 11 grams. I was looking at these. I was like, man, I used to love eating these. Let me look at the fudge. Oh, the fudge isn't terrible. It ain't great, but it ain't terrible. The fudge is 9 grams of sugar. But it's also 9 grams of added sugar, so there was no sugar in it. It was only this sugar. So it's only 9 grams, which is not terrible. Because my cashews are 9 grams of sugar. But the cashews are, I want to say, I don't think cashews are maybe 7 grams. I don't consider myself toxic. I say that I'm knowledgeable about a lot of things. I consider myself always learning. And I will give you, if I feel like I did something wrong, or I feel like it was out of alignment, or I said something that was off kilter, or I did something that was out of my normal level of awareness, then I'll apologize for it or something like that, even though it depends on what I'm reading. It will tell me whether or not I should apologize for it. If you read that red book, if reading the red book, which it tells you about all that stuff. But if I'm in my state of awareness, sometimes are just mirrors and reflections of the things that you've been harboring and the things that you've kind of been holding back. And we just tell you, we just expose the things that you have not said out loud, but you've been thinking in your head for months, maybe even years. That's all. Hey, fish guy. If you are brand new to our channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. I am currently in the garage. That's where you see me right now. My name is Aysia Smiles. We go live each and every evening around at 10:30 Eastern Daylight Time. The current time is 10:52. So we just got on not too long ago. And yeah, we generally talk about things related to health, wealth, happiness. I guess I'm more like a spirituality stuff. And I just got finished watching Bob Proctor. Remember last night we talked about the universal laws. And so I did tell you I was going to do more digging. And so I literally spent most of the time, like the last hour or so, just kind of knee deep in it, just learning from him. I miss Bob Proctor. He died maybe about 2 years ago now, almost 2 years ago. I think maybe early 2024. And he was really cool. He just had a different perspective on life. He learned a lot from the Think and Grow Rich book, and then he was actually reading the Science of Getting Rich, which is the actual video that I was just watching. And I was like, we're actually reading the Science of Getting Rich. So I just thought that was really powerful. So we are currently in alignment with what he was talking about and how we are flowing. I think it's really powerful stuff. So we'll continue with that today. Hello, Najib. I am too black. You don't see my skin if I scratch it. I don't think it's going anywhere. Maybe I should lick it off, you think? I don't know. That's all. You know, any other way to get it off? I don't really know. Oh, it ain't been 2022. He been gone that long? I thought it was 2 years. It's been 3? You're kidding. Daniel always want to correct me. Why do you do that? Like, I think it's been 2. He's like, no, technically, Daniel must be like a computer. I'm like, Daniel, you can't just let me be great, huh? No? Okay. Hello, Funk. How are you? He talking about me. Who's talking about you? What, you said something about Bob Proctor? Hello, Bob. Bob, I feel like it's the first one I really started. Sometimes you have to like think about where your journey started. It was a podcast that I listened to, and it was a guy by the name of Eugene or something, and he was on, it was like a Black Millionaire podcast or something. And he was talking about all the different things that he had listened to and things that he had read. And then he said, you were born rich. I was like, you were born rich. And so I Googled it, and You Were Born Rich was Bob Proctor. And so Bob Proctor has several series on YouTube that's probably about, let me see. It's probably about 7 of them, maybe. You Were Born Rich. They're old. They're very, very old. They're all remastered, yeah. It's a lot of parts. I don't know exactly how many parts. I don't know if they're all put together in one or what. But anyway, that's kind of how I started, and then I just started binging from there. I started listening to Bob Proctor, and Bob Proctor read the book Think and Grow Rich. So then I started reading Think and Grow Rich, and from there, you bounce around from there. So, thank you, Daniel. Hello, Andre. Hello, Marshawn. Let's see here. Hey, Beats. Hey, Lucy. So if you're brand new to our channel, welcome. Revelry! Hey, Revelry. If you're brand new to our channel, welcome. My name is Aysia Smiles. We go live each and every evening around 10:30 Eastern Daylight Time. The current time is 10:57 p.m. What else should I tell you about myself? Oh, we would love for you to like and subscribe. Double tap that screen. Help us to like this live and also help us to subscribe. Help us to reach our goal of 8,000 subscribers. As of before this live stream, I checked and we were at 7,403. 7,403. So we need a total of 597 subscribers to reach our goal of 8,000. So let us know where you're tuning in from. I promise we do not bite, so don't be shy. Don't be shy. Let us know where you're tuning in from. Are you in? Thank you, Doctor. Paging Dr. Jonathan. Thank you. Hello, is it Patudo? I show speed. I know. I feel like I hear that all the time. Hey, Joshua. I'm definitely looks like somebody has to tag him or something because I get that all the time. I was like, I don't know if we were related in a past life or what. Distant cousins, have no idea. Shout out to Robert holding us down this evening. I gave Wiley the night off so she can be with her family. So if you see anybody highlighted in blue with a wrench, those are our moderators. So Robert is the only one we have here this evening, so we won't be on very, very long because I know Robert has to get his beauty sleep. I think, see, she's hard-headed. Hard-headed. Shout out to Wiley in the building. Wiley's here. So if you see anybody in blue with a wrench, those are our moderators. And then if you see them highlighted in green, those are our membership members. So you see ZZ, aka Daniel, is highlighted in green. So that means he is on our membership. Now, in order to join our membership, you can click the join button right next to the subscribe button, or you can go to our homepage, and then you should be able to see it there. Now, our membership starts at $4.99. That's $4.99, and it goes up from there. But it does allow you to get instant access to me, meaning that you get early access to videos, and then it also allows you to be able to do members only chats with me. So every 2 to 3 a month, we will have membership only chats, and that's where you can talk to me a little bit more intimately outside of this public chat. Okay, thank you, Wiley. Most likely. What you mean, Wiz? Why is it not letting me? At the bottom. Not that bad, yeah. I don't know if it's because I bit my nails today. Y'all bit my nails. I need to go back and paint them because I bite them and I bit them down. And now I can't press the button. Let's see here. Let's try it over here. I need to get you a poll question too. Okay. Hold on. Yep, you were born rich. Yeah, that's it right there. Oh, hold on. Oh, Revelry, go ahead. Usually, when your nose bleeds, it's the changing of the seasons. It's too dry in your environment. Okay. Hey, IA Carp. Is it IA Carp? Hey, Monte. How are you, Monte? Are you a monkey, Monte? Why would you say you're a monkey? Do you eat bananas? Hey, Wizdroid. Oh, no, I don't eat any of the stuff you just mentioned. I don't eat meat at all, Wizdroid, actually. I'm vegetarian. I don't drink soda. I barely eat watermelon. I just started eating that this year. But if that's cool if you like that stuff, no problem. Wiley, I don't know why it's not working. Hold on, let's try it again. Now, I will say that the full moon is coming up, so things are starting a little early, but we already know what we're up against, so that's why we do this. We know what we came here for. Hey, Joshua. Hey, Nils. How are you? Green Goblin, how are you? We don't have to steal anything. It's already available. Bob Proctor, rest his soul, has a lot of good content. You feeling better, Revelry? Hey, outside 365. Apparently, because I'm a Gemini, we're toxic, so that's the catch. Like, I will tell you about yourself. And then I will, think about what all the things that I'm dealing with and talking about. There's always a self-reflection. Always self-reflection over here. Hello, Salon. How are you? Let me get y'all this. Hold on. Let me post this thing from Wiley first, because it wouldn't let me do it over there. Pin message. Thank you very much. Do you go to New York? Joshua, yes. I was born in New York. Last time I went to New York was a month ago. I went for, I spent Thanksgiving in New York last year. Ooh, Skittles were very nice. Tasty. So fun of you, yeah. Hello, video watcher. If I'm AI, can I do this? Because AI be like, and you know how like you used to go to Chuck E. Cheese and the puppets used to be like, that's how AI be. That's what AI is missing is the microaggressions in our face. Like it can't do that. It can blink and open its eyes, but it can't like shoot its nose and all that stuff. You want this share? Huh? Just remind me, I have a friend who can't make she Really, what does that look like? Is that really like awkward or is that like really adorable? Because in my brain, I'm like, that sounds really cute. She can't wink, so she's like, you're like, that is just so cute. Hey, Revelry. Sean, hey, Sean. Little Sandy. Hey, Levi. Okay, let me mute myself. Let me put this poll question in here. What is the poll question? That's a good question. Let's see. What was last night's poll question? Do you remember? Mass in the chat. Do you remember what the poll question was last night? It's cute, but it affected her modeling career. Oh. But I guess, do you normally wink? Here's the thing, though, Daniel, because modeling is so much like facial expressions and stuff, I could see that. I could totally see that. You definitely need all of your, like people who have Botox, I don't know that you would do well as a model, because, there's a lot of expressions that happen from here up that are really important. Like, oh, I'm surprised. You're like, I was like, are you okay? Okay, Forrest. Enjoy your Coke. Hey, Joshua. Hey, Victoria. How are you? I need to, don't forget to double tap that screen. Help us to like this live. And also, don't forget to subscribe. Help us get to 8,000 subscribers. Let us know where you are tuning in from. I promise we do not bite, so don't be shy. We are currently at 7,403 subscribers, so we need a total of 597 subscribers to reach our goal. We are climbing up that ladder. Can you please tell about Aries? What do you mean, Aries? What about Aries revelry? Was that from last time? I put my book up. I didn't bring it out here tonight. But tonight we were going to talk about the universal laws, the 7 most common universal laws of the universe. That's why it's the universal laws, which I find very fascinating because listening to Bob Proctor talk about them was like, man-made laws. We always have, there's like always a wiggle room. Well, what about this? But what about this? What about this? What about this? Universal laws, there is no wiggle room. It is what it is. And if you abide by the universal law, like we talk about the Bible, and the Bible is basic instructions before leaving earth, right? But if you think about the universal laws, if in fact, this is what Bob Proctor says, if in fact you follow the universal laws, then you have no choice but to become successful, but to do all the things that you're wanting to do as you follow those laws. Because those never change. Let's see here. Hey, outside. Ooh, me and Kelly Rowland tied for number 1. Okay, outside. I see how I like your grading system. Hey, Stacy. Thank you, Stacy. Hey, Victoria. Thank you, Stacy. What you gonna say, Daniel? Hey, David. No, don't feel sorry for asking, but you have to be more specific when you say ask, can I do Aries? Because we did a lot with Aries. We did a lot with a lot of zodiac signs, so I don't know what you mean when you say, can I do Aries? You know what I mean? We spent a whole month on zodiac signs. So I would have to get my book, but you need to tell me exactly in what you meant by, can I tell you by Aries? That's all. Okay, I need a poll question. Never feel sorry for asking a question, okay? Never. What was I gonna say? Ooh, let me see. I have a question, but it's open-ended. It's not a poll question.
Last night's poll question was, how you cope.
Okay. Gotcha. Has anybody said anything else? Can y'all hear me? Okay. Can you see me? Oh, it's 11:12. Dang, I just missed it. Can you hear me? Because y'all stopped texting and checking. Yes, no, maybe so. By the way, I have 3 snacks tonight. I have sour cream and onion Pringles. I have an orange. And then I have Cheetos. And then for extra snack, if I get really hungry, I got my nails. Because I already bit 3 of them off. Which means it's time for me to put some paint on them. That's why I don't leave them unattended like this for too long. 3 days is way too many because the way I was listening to Bob Proctor and not wanting to move, but also like, yeah. Yeah, we don't. Okay, you look like you're mean, but you look like you're mean, but you think you're nice. I'm willing to bet you're under the height of 5'2". Do I look mean? I don't think I look mean at all. Do I look mean? I mean, it doesn't bother me either way. What's my favorite color and why? Probably like a blue. Because it's cool and calm and collective. Some people don't think that I'm mean. Okay, okay. Which signs are most compatible with Aries and what their traits are if you don't. Okay, so which signs are most compatible with Aries? So Aries is fire. So most fire signs are good with air signs. And then you're compatible with other fire signs as well. Like Aries and Aries can do well together because y'all have the same mindset about things. I'll get my book in a second. I need to okay, I'm gonna get my book. A little mean. People never look mean. People do look mean. People have that RBF. You remember that resting bee face? That makes them look mean because sometimes their lips will go down or back depending upon their rest state. Like when you're just looking around and not like being around other people and not showing the emotion, you're just kind of like that dull face. People look mean all the time. That's what they call it, RBF. Leo does not go good. Technically, now listen, this is not my forte in terms of like, I don't particularly want to do a Gemini and a Gemini only because that's 2 souls for one person. So you talk about like collective, that's 4 souls in 2 bodies. That's a lot of stuff going on. So they'll understand you in the way that you move. However, that could be however you like that. That could be good for you or bad for you. All signs can work if you put in the work, right? So we're not saying that in the way that I want to explain to you is like Netflix. When you watch Netflix, it'll say, hey, there's a 97%, 96% you'll like this movie. There's about 85%, 87% you'll like this movie. Anything below that, like 70 something, I'm like, you can do it, but how fulfilling will it be, right? Your options are better when you are more compatible. However, you can do it, but it's not necessarily the greatest that you could have. But also depends on what kind of person you are, right? What you're willing to tolerate or what you're willing to accept. And then also, have you put in the work on yourself? Because if you are going to always talk bad about the person that is on the other side of you at night and stuff, then that says something too, right? You got to put in the work as well. You look 40, Wilson. Oh, Wilson. So Kaden, you say he looks 40, but I'm 39. So, hey, I'm 39. Hey, Kaden. Thank you, Omega. That boy Trey says, I'm African American, Trey. Let me go get this book and let me get my water. Hold on. Where did my cap go? You see it?
Under the chair.
It's all the way under.
No, right in front of the on the floor.
Oh, I still didn't give y'all a poll question. Dang it. Hold on. Ay, ay, ay. I can't even do that one tonight, though. That's gonna be tomorrow. Poll question is up. I'll be right back. Let's see here. Thank you, Omega. Well, just because doesn't mean she's from Africa. I'm African American, born in OKC. This is true. I was born in New York. Okay, you're saying exactly what I was saying about Leos. I know because I'm a Leo. Right. So, so the amount of Leos that come through his chat is astounding to me. I don't know what I be doing to attract the amount of Leos in the chat. It is always one day on this poll. I'm gonna say, all right, what sign are you? Are you air sign, water sign, fire? And it's always going to be Leos. Leos are always at the top of this food chain over here. I promise you. And I'm a Gemini. So I totally understand that. There's a very strong connection. Okay. Compatibility. 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 Aries is highly compatible with Gemini, Aquarius, and Libra. Which is interesting. Not that it's not interesting, but it's interesting that most of the other signs have a fire sign or the same sign that is kind of attached with them. But Aries is the only one that has all air signs. That's interesting. Because Libra's air, Aquarius is air, and Gemini's air. But usually, even like Sagittarius is compatible with Aries, which is a fire and a fire. So it's interesting that the Aries doesn't have any other fire signs. So maybe, yeah. Interesting. Okay. Hey, Michael. You look a lot younger. I know, Kaden. I get that all the time. Thank you, Michael. You thought I was in Africa. I did go to Africa last year, that boy Trey. So if you've seen any of my other videos, you may have seen them dancing because I did go to Africa last year and I did record them. They like a lot of dancing videos, obviously. They like YouTube, and they spent most of the day looking at YouTube videos on my phone and then recreating dance for them. And so that's kind of what we did. Now, if I go back, they're supposed to go back in December. I don't think I'm going back in December just yet. Like some time pass and do some other things before I go back. But I definitely would maybe do something a little different with them. I did teach them how to play dominoes. And yeah, it was a beautiful experience. I went to a 10-day trip to Kenya where I visited an orphanage. Yes, Brew. I am a millennial. Shout out to all the millennials in the building. Let us know where you're tuning in from. I promise we do not bite, so don't be shy. And also let me know what your age is. Graham. Do you want to do the fitness challenge? I did say I was going to start it, didn't I? Well, I didn't see a lot of people that wanted to be interested in the fitness challenge, so I didn't go too deep into it. Today is what, the 2nd? Oh, I was supposed to be doing something else. I'm already That means I missed 2 days of my other challenge. Now I think about it, today's what, the 2nd? Dang, that went by fast. 11:26. Yes. If you are just joining us, welcome. My name is Aysia Smiles. We go live each and every evening around 10:30 Eastern Daylight Time. The current time is 11:25 p.m. I am always attracting Pisces, Leo's number one. Always Leos in this chat. Always water signs, which is Pisces, Cancer, Scorpios. So if you're an air sign or a water sign or a fire sign, not too many earth signs. So Virgos, I know a couple of Virgos that I'm cool with. But that is like the only earth sign that I usually am cool with. Just from a dramatic perspective. Leo. Oh, Graham's a Leo too. Virgo's a Pisces. Omega's a Virgo. Okay. Oh, outside, that's fine. Hang out with us for a while. You'll learn some stuff. And you like Leos. Leos like you back. Listen, me and Leos are like, I'm like, let me guess. You're a Leo, right? He's like, yeah, I'm Leo. How you know? I was like, because you're always here. Hey, Savannah. Do I believe in giving second chances? No. I'm glad I got 4 and 5, which I needed. Yeah, Emmanuel. How you gonna tell somebody else no? But then listen, we're about to go over these laws, okay? But we're about to go over these universal laws. And universal laws are not man-made, which means they abide solely to a T in this material world, okay? In the world in which we live in. Hey, Pamela. Hey, is it Arnell? Hey, Edward. Hey, Forrest. So I'm gonna finish chomping down my chips. Then we also need to read the book for the evening, right? So, we're back on our book, which is The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Wattles. And then we'll go over our universal laws, okay? Yes, Pisces has very vivid imaginations. Very, very detailed imagination. I mean, not imaginations, dreams. Hey, Divine. Emmanuel's a Libra. Okay. Edward, I'm 51. Edward, I'm 39. Come and hang out with us. Emmanuel says he's down for a fitness challenge. Okay. So I was like, I wanted to do one. I'm not sure how everybody feels about fitness. One of the things I should do, steps. So. I won't do another. So why won't Leos do other Leos? Tell me. Who are Pisces? So Pisces are March. So the end of February through March. Not March 20th, I think. Hold on. I'll give you the exact dates. Because February is a short month, so let me see. Why do they want to stick together? Stop it. Oh, there you go. You asked me for what? Pisces? Oh, Pisces. Pisces is water. February 19th to March 20th. That's what I said, right? Yeah. February 19th to March 20th is Pisces. Divine Pisces. Hi. Hey, Kevin. I'm doing great. How are you? All right, Forrest. So if you're pretty much any sign. Hey, Arno. Is that Popeyes? Is Pringles? Hey, Pamela. Robert is also Pisces. David's a tourist. Interesting, David. What brought you over here? Are you interested in learning more about air signs? And are you interested in learning about right brainers? Because most tourists that I've come across are very much logical, analytical left brainers, which is 95% of the world, actually. So, are you in fact a left brainer? No. What? I was born February 26th. Okay. So yeah, so that's Pisces. Bruce 37. Take a child. My wife left because I look like those. You need to stop, Neil. I'm about to go over these laws of polarity, but I'm gonna finish reading the chat real quick, and then 39, Anthony. See, I know me, and I know what I'm gonna do. I can't read others' emotions, consciousness. But see, Emmanuel, I do that though. I do read emotions. I can feel it. I feel all the energy, the microaggressions. I feel all of that. Like when people like have jokes, but jokes are not jokes. I can hear and feel all the underlying things that were meant for that and why they did that. Hey, Source. I believe in Christ consciousness. Have you heard of it? Hey, Jeremy. I'm good. How are you? Hey, David. Okay. Let's go and read our book for the evening. Our book is The Science of Getting Rich. Hey, Vondia. If you are just joining us, welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Aysia Smiles. We go live each and every evening around 10:30 Eastern Daylight Time. The current time is 11:33 p.m. We would love for you to double tap that screen. Help us to like this live and also subscribe. Our goal is to reach 8,000 subscribers. We are currently at 7,403 last I checked. We would love for you to join us and be one of the 597 we need to get us to 8,000. So, will you join us? Thank you in advance. Where can January be categorized? Is it end of January or beginning of January? People know how to put on a mask. Love you really bring harm. Emmanuel, the fact that you say it that way tells me that's giving negative vibes, right? Because you are immediately putting the blame on somebody else as though you had no blame in it yourself, right? Did you ignore the signs? Were you so struck on who they were or the thought of them that you wanted them that you completely did not think about any of the other things, right? Were there signs? Were there essentially flags that you overlooked, right? Did anybody else tell you, yeah, that's probably not the one for you? That's probably not the one for you. I don't really think you're thinking right. And you say, oh, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. So those things also play a part. But we'll go over the universal laws after I read this other book, okay? So I come on at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I think I said daylight. Eastern Standard Time because our time has gone back today, yes? So did everybody enjoy that extra hour? Hey, Sand Eater. Hello, hello. I have to go take it. Oh, thank you, David, so much. I appreciate that. By the way, y'all like my YouTube sweater I got earlier in the week? I am so in love with it. By the way, did y'all look at our shopping bag? We have hoodies. Be sure to check out our hoodies. They are embroidered with our logo, not the YouTube logo, our Aysia Smiles logo, okay? So look at this shopping bag, and you can look at our hoodies. Okay. Now that I've got a swig of water, let's read our book of the evening, which is The Science of Getting Rich. We are on page, I did I pull it up? Let me see where we are. Okay. I believe we ended on page 13. The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Waddles. Okay. Hey, Vondia. Thank you so much for joining us. If you're a millennial, shout out to all the millennials. I am 39, knocking on 40. Yes, 39. So if you're a millennial, you are right. I hope you feel right at home, because me too. Me too. And most of our chat, by the way, is millennials. Even if you're younger, you're more than welcome to stay and hang out with us. Even if you are older than that, you are also welcome to stay. Jeremy, I know, Jeremy. I don't feel it. I don't feel it. I don't feel it and I don't look it. I just know that I am it. You know? That's all I know. And I debating upon whether to do a regimen of the things that I do to look this young. However, I'm still up in the. That's up in the air. That's up in the air. Okay. So let me go back. I think we're gonna start on page 14. By the way, the book is the Science of Getting Rich. Okay, it is a book that is in public domain. You can get it off the Internet Archive in the library. It is a free public domain book. You can download it from Google. Okay, if you want to, just go and download the Science of Getting Rich. So it's a public domain. It means you can read along with us as well. I am on page 14. Okay. Yes, do the regimen. Okay, Pamela, I'll do the regimen. Okay. All right. The bestowal of benefits on those he loves. Love finds its most natural and spontaneous expression in giving. The man who has nothing to give cannot fill his place as a husband or a father, as a citizen or as a man. It is in the use of material things that man finds full life for his body, develops his mind, and unfolds his soul. It is therefore of supreme importance to him that he should be rich. It is perfectly right that you should desire to be rich. If you are a normal man or woman, you cannot help doing so. It is perfectly right that you should give your best attention to the science of getting rich. It is the noblest and most necessary of all studies. If you neglect this study, you're derelict in your duty to yourself, to God, and to humanity, for you can render God and humanity no greater service than to make the most of yourself. Chapter 2. Oh, Jeremy upgraded to gold. Okay, Jeremy. Thank you, Jeremy. Okay. There is a science of getting rich. Here is a science of getting rich, and it is an exact science like algebra or arithmetic. There are certain laws which govern the process of acquiring riches. Once these laws are learned and obeyed by any man, he will get rich with mathematical certainty. The ownership of money and property comes as a result of doing things in a certain way. Those who do things in this certain way, those who do things in a certain way, whether on purpose or accidentally, get rich. While those who do not do things in a certain way, no matter how hard they work or are able, they remain poor. It is a natural law that like causes always produce like effects. And therefore, any man or woman who learns to do things in a certain way will infallibly get rich. That the above statement is true is shown by the following facts. Getting rich is not a matter of environment, for if it were, all the people in certain neighborhoods would become wealthy. The people of one city would all be rich, while those of all other towns would all be poor, or inhabitants of one state would roll in wealth, while those of an adjoining state would be in poverty. But everywhere we see rich and poor living side by side in the same environment and often engaged in the same vocations. What when two men are in the same locality and in the same business, and one gets rich while the other remains poor, it shows that getting rich is not primarily a matter of environment. Some environments may be more favorable than others, but when two men in the same business are in the same neighborhood and one gets rich while the other fails to indicate while the other fails, it indicates that getting rich is the result of doing things in a certain way. Good night, Wiley. And further, the ability to do things in a certain way, it is not due solely to the possession of talent, for many people who have great talent remain poor, while others who have very little talent get rich. Studying the people who have got rich, we find that there are an average a lot in all respects, having no greater talent and abilities than other men. It is evident that they do not get rich because they possess talents and abilities that other men have not, but because they happen to do things in a very certain way. Getting rich is not the result of saving or thrifting. Many penurious people are poor, while free spenders often get rich. Nor is getting rich due to doing things which others fail to do. For two men in the same business often do almost exactly the same things, and one gets rich while the other remains poor or becomes bankrupt. From all these things, we must come to the conclusion that getting rich is the result of doing things in a certain way. If getting rich is the result of doing things in a certain way, and if like causes always produce like effects, then any man or woman who can do things in that way become rich, and the whole matter is brought within the domain of the exact science. The question arises whether this certain way may not be so difficult that only a few may follow it. This cannot be true, as we have seen so far as the natural ability is concerned. Talented people get rich, and blockheads get rich. Intellectually brilliant people get rich, and very stupid people get rich. Physically strong people get rich, and weak and sickly people get rich. Some degree of ability to think and understand is, of course, essential, but insofar as natural ability is concerned, any man or woman who has sense enough to read and understand these words can certainly get rich. Also, we have seen that it is not a matter of environment. Location counts for something. One would not go to the heart of the Sahara and expect to do successful business. Getting rich involves the necessity of dealing with men and of being where there are people to deal with, and if these people are inclined to deal in the way you want to deal, so much the better. But that is about as far as the environment goes. If anybody else in your town can get rich, so can you. If anybody else in your state can get rich, so can you. Again, it is not a matter of choosing some particular business or profession. People get rich in every business, in every possession, while their next door neighbor in the same vocation remain in poverty. And we're going to stop there. And that, we ended on page 19. So we'll start at page 20. The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Wattles. I do it right. What else can I do? You said what, Rashawn? A stupid person getting rich is a banger, but sustaining is another thing. Hello. Love the poll. Hey, Governor. What's up, Governor? Hey, Tommy. Okay, so 54 people have answered the poll. Do you believe in second chances in relationships. 48% actually say yes. 26% say no, and 26% say it depends. Okay. Let me know why you answered that way. I'm good, Governor. Hey, Motown. How are you, Motown Destroyer? The poll question, but what you mean, though? What do you mean, though? Because what happened in the relationship? So here's the way you could read that a couple different ways for the poll question. Do you believe in second chances in relationships? It could be that you had, y'all had a falling out or something. Somebody did something. Somebody stepped out. Whatever the case is, y'all took a split and came back. Y'all trying to come back, or is it that y'all have two completely different people living two completely different lives and then come back together like how they do on, like Nelly and Ashanti, right? So do you believe in second chances like that as well? Don't lock me out, because she did that to me last time, left me. She locked in. She was like, oh, she be locking me out. What happened? Hey, Blink. You haven't answered. Close to the end of January. Close to the end of January. Okay, the end of January is an Aquarius. If you're anything January 23rd through February 18th is Aquarius. Yeah, January 20th, February 18th. Yeah, that's what I said, right? Yeah. You sound like my old friend Stacy. Aww. How about before that? What? That's a Capricorn. Before that, it's Capricorn. So like, I always think about the song from Beyonce: Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Scorpio, Libra, Sagittarius. I meant Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius. So basically, you're a Capricorn. If you're at the end of, are you at the end of January? If you're at the end of January, you have to give me the date. If you're the 20th of January, anything after the 20th of January is an Aquarius. The 21st of January. So that's not a Capricorn, that's an Aquarius. But you're on the cusp of Capricorn and Aquarius. So generally, if you're on the cusp, like either or, like I think I'm gonna say, like, was it like 4 days on the front or the back of either sign, you can be, you can be either sign. You know what I mean? Because you have the tendencies, because you're in that middle stage. But then you also would want to look into your moon sign, because that'll give you your emotional state. So your sun sign is what most people recognize, because that's the sun comes up, the sun shines. It's always the same, right? The sun is always the same day in, day out. Like, hey, I just gonna light up. I do my job, right? Like when I turn on this light here, it does its job. Until it burns out or until I need to charge it, it just does its job. Look, it just come on to do what it needs to do. The moon is the one that's always changing. So like, I would consider that, when you see like a flame, right, like a fire, it just changes. It never just burns straight. It kind of goes this way and goes that way. It just moves around, right? So it's the moon is the one that's always changing. It changes every day, but it has a 28-day cycle, right? So right now we're in the waxing gibbous. In 3 days from now will be the full moon. 2 weeks after that, we'll have the new moon, right? We have crescent moon, so it's always changing. And because the moon is always changing and the moon creates the waves in the ocean, and think about your body is over 70% water, so that's why you are an emotional being, because your body contains water and the moon is always over the water. So you're always going to be affected by the emotions of the moon. That's why women are so affected by the moon. Because remember, the moon is at night, and the moon is normally for nurturing. The moon is for creating life, right? That's why most things happen in the dark at night. Moon sounds like womb. WOMB, MOON. Moon, womb, right? Most of the things that happen when you are growing, it happens at night in the dark when you cannot see it. That's why babies are born in the womb, in the stomach, but they don't see anything but darkness for the first 9 months, right? They only hear the movement of their mother and, yeah. Okay. How do you find your moon sign? So, Pamela, you can literally go to astro.com, or you can sometimes pull it up in ChatGPT. You would need to know your date of birth, your full date of birth, of course, month, date, year, the time that you were born, because it is going to depend on where the planets and everything was aligned at the exact time that you were born, and the location in which you were born, okay? City and state. And if you type that in and then say what is my astrological chart, based on that, it'll tell you your moon sign, your sun sign, your rising and ascending signs. You can do your astrocartography, and it'll give you all the different houses of your sign. So it'll give you a lot more data about who you are, because most times wherever the planets were aligned, that gives you a very strong picture of like the way that you were raised, the way that you were, like what sign you're in. It's very specific. It'll tell you like relationships. It'll tell you what's the best path you should go on in terms of like career. It'll tell you the best place for you to really be successful. It'll tell you the best place for you to find love. It is very specific. I wish more people knew about this stuff. A lot of people don't believe in it. And it's like, okay, that's fine. You don't have to. But if you just study it, you know what I mean? Just study it for research purposes. Like, just see how much of this stuff applies to you. How much of it seems like, wow, that's pretty spot on. Or it's like, oh, no, that's not me at all. But generally, they're pretty darn close. I do believe God gave us so many different things to use to create God gave you everything at your disposal. Like if you think about, you watch all these movies, and the answer is always within you, right? You can try all these things, but any of the movies that you've watched with, even your superheroes and stuff, the answer is always within them, right? They can always be the one to fix the problem, to handle the problem. It's always for them having to go back to themselves and realize, okay, hey, I can do this. I can do this. They may need some encouragements from other people, but generally, it all comes back to you. So, I don't know why it will not let me. Oh, I'm muted. Okay. Am I back? Thank you. All right. Can you hear me now? All right. An opportunity presents itself if the platform is here for all students. Okay, an opportunity presents itself if the platform is here for all students. You're right. They just don't know it yet. Reading lips is needed. Oh, hey, Funk. Can y'all hear me? Okay, good. Oopsies. I was kept trying to press. None of the other buttons wanted to work, but the mute button now wants to work. You see what I'm saying? It's just weird. It's just so weird. Because I kept trying to press the other button. It didn't want to work, but the mute wants to work. I don't know. Ay. Okay. Where was I at before I got muted? Hopefully I wasn't muted for too long, I don't think. But I'm glad I wasn't all the way down the chat. I did that one time before. Let me know if you can find. If you find that live when I was muted before, it was like 20 minutes. And they was like, oh God, it's gonna take her 20 minutes to figure out she's muted. I mean, I was just chatting. Oh God, that was hilarious. If y'all find that one, that was funny. That's funny. Let me know if you find that. That was a good one right there. Okay, so where was I? It was like 20 minutes. And the crazy thing was like, they stayed and just started having conversations. He was like, oh my gosh, it's going to take her forever to read this chat to figure out if she's muted this entire time. I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. Hilarious. Robert will tell you, we done had some good laughs on this chat. Hilarious. Robert, were you there that night? I don't know if Robert was there. Hey, Rashawn. Okay. Before I forget, it's midnight. Okay. Let's read the universal laws, which actually go perfectly with the science of getting rich. So I'm just going to read to you the laws tonight of what they are, or the 7 most common ones. And then what we'll do is, because we're reading the science of getting rich, the science of getting rich is going to go back through the laws in a little bit more detail. So that'd be good for us. Okay? All right. So the first law, and these are the laws of the universe, okay? There are more, but these are the most common ones that I'm going to read for you tonight. I don't know what that is. The first one is the law of perpetual transmutation. The law of perpetual transmutation, which means that energy is always moving into form. And a lot of these kind of, they're separate, but they also kind of mold and run together, okay? You'll see what I mean as I continue. Hey, Jacob. But what I love about the universal laws is that they can never be changed. Perpetual transmutation. Yes. The laws of the universe do not change. The laws that are man-made change. Right? You notice that? Like, even if you think about the 10 Commandments, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not covet, right? And so these are the 10 Commandments. These are the laws. However, they're subjective, right? Thou shalt not kill. Kill everything? Like bugs? or just like people, right? Because it could be either way. If you're in Hindu religion, they don't kill anything, right? They like to, if you see the I don't know, is it one of the deities that's like sweeping, so like doesn't kill anything? You know, it's like everybody has a different, they're subjective. So anything in this material world is subjective in our stuff. How is it, Janice? Okay. It might be. I just feel like I've heard about it in Hindu, but it could be. You may be right about that. It's been a while since I've done the world religions. So, but yeah. So, excuse me. Hey, Mask. Hey, Jacob. Old school chips there. We love Cheetos, right? We love Cheetos over here. Okay. So yeah, so law of perpetual transmutation is energy is always moving into form. Okay. Number 2 is law of relativity. If there's a market as a need, want, and everyone can use it. That's it. You got it, Rashawn. Right. If you solve a problem, you will always make money. You will always be rich. If you solve a problem. Learning to solve the problem is one thing. Figuring out how to solve it is another. Mask. Hello, well then. Hey, Jacob. Okay. What does that mean, well then? I'm not sure. Okay. Law of relativity. Everything is relative. For example, the room that I'm in is neither big or small, right? It's only relative to something else next to it. So, for example, your first relationship, you have nothing to compare it to, right? Because it's just the first one. It's only that you have the second relationship and the third relationship that you're able to compare it. So the law of relativity is like, what can I compare it to? What can I relate it to in the scheme of things? So as long as there's nothing there to compare it to, then that's all that there is. But once you start adding things on, then you can compare it, right? Like if you buy a house, like let's say you lived in an apartment, so that's all you know until you move out and then you buy a house. You're like, okay, well, my last place was smaller than this place. So now you have something to compare it to. So now it's relative to something else, okay? Thank you. I love my head. It's actually kind of small, but my forehead is big. It's full of ideas. I told God, me and him had a conversation. I was like, listen, I know you wanted to make me really sexy and give me like the forehead like this, like everybody else has. But I have so many ideas. I need you to push it on back. I need to push it on back. Keep on going. Keep it going. Ooh, perfect. Perfect. So that's what we had agreed to. So, you know, we're really close. Hey, Claude. A minute. Keep them coming. We can do this all night. Okay. Number 3 is the law of vibration. It means that everything moves, nothing rests. It's always vibrating at a certain speed. It's all energy. Okay? So, like, even the stuff that's in my hand, like, everything is always energy. Remember, energy can never be destroyed. It can only be transferred. Okay? Next we have, does I have too much energy? Never. There's no such thing as too much energy. The only thing is that where are you putting your energy? Oh my God, I watched this video tonight. It says, men have 5 moods. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna tell them to you after this, right? Let me finish this real quick, and then I'll tell you about the 5 moods. Oh man, why'd you you had the 86 on them? I'm about to ask me a question. Robert, you couldn't just do like an hour? Okay. 4th one we have is the law of polarity. Everything is neither good or bad, and yet everything is neither bad or good, and yet everything is good and bad. It's a perception, is a mental faculty. So, for example, over here, when I wake up my my godchildren at 7 o'clock in the morning to get them up for school, they're like, oh, get out, right? Having to shake them, get up, get up, get up. I gotta clap. Wake up, wake up, wake up! It's morning, right? I'm doing all this stuff. Jumping jacks, picking them up. Hey, 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 hey. Wake up, wake up, wake up, right? When I was in Kenya, them kids love being in school. They love learning this stuff. Their chalkboard was so bad. I'd never seen a chalkboard like that in my life. Let me see if I can find. I'm gonna show you a picture of how bad the chalkboard was. I was like, oh my gosh. It hurt my eyes to look at the chalkboard because the chalkboard was so bad. It was so light. Let me see. But it depends on where you are in your perception, right? So for the kids over here in America, they don't like going to school, right? The kids in Africa love learning, right? So it's all about perception. So the law of polarity is that basically there is no good or bad, only neutral. It just depends on what side you're on. How long do you Leyland, I don't know. Hey, go. I don't know. I'm fascinated by this stuff, and I'm always thinking about. I spend a lot of my time thinking about relationships. By the way, because we talk about it all the time. We talk about it all the time. But also, I go back and forth. I'm like, who am I gonna be with this next time around? Is this forever, or is this just like right now? Okay. What was I going to show you? The picture, right? I was going to show you the picture of... Nope, not that one, my love. Nope, that's one, my love. Aysia, Kenya. Let me see if I can type in Aysia. Maybe Kenya? Oh, they're so cute. They're so cute. I don't know where... maybe downloads? It was so long ago, though. It was last year, Aysia. Let me see. I may never find this, by the way. It's probably too many to count. What's today? What was last year? October? Oh, gosh. Let me see if I can find it. I've pulled it before, though. I just don't know. October. Oh. Let me see. October. 2024. Let me see if I can find it later.